5 years ago, we bought this abandoned piece of land in Portugal to try to find another way of living. And since then, we have been setting up our base camp and renovating old ruins, taking out invasive trees to regenerate the land, while documenting what we do so we can all learn from it. And in this video, we're gonna dig out the roots and reshape this whole big area around the community center. Welcome to a new Project Kamp update. Yes, the community center. A project that is there quite a lot of times in our heads and hard to move forward, but hopefully our papers are getting a bit more closer to the surface of the big pile of papers from the mayor.
Please approve us.
But anyway, to be able to move forward, we don't necessarily wait for all these papers. We can also work in the area around it, which we already have done with the material bank. So yes, a lot of confidence that it will happen. And now we're going to move forward to the area of the landscaping around it. And this project has been going on for quite some months already, and we started in the beginning of the season. So let's get back to there. During winter, we got a company to cut all the mimosa around the community center. This to clear 10-meter area for fire safety regulations and to have enough space for the construction workers. After all the cutting, the job was still to finish, as many stumps and smaller logs were left behind. First project for the landscaping team. 6 months ago, freshly arrived at camp. It's gonna be a lot of digger work, but the first step is to get rid of the wood left behind after the chopping. So we piled the wood to make it easy to pick up, and we offered it to our neighbors. George came with his tractor and got a good load of it. Now we can start the project. Let's get to Anselmo to check the plan.
Prova, microphone working. Okay, now all the wood is removed from the land. Now we can get the digger easily in the land. But first let me show you around. There is this small pond that we find in season 1 that is surrounded by a beautiful native tree. And there is a cool view on the field, of course. Also, there is like this big step that we think there could be a terrace. But we also find a lot of trash in the land, like this rusty metal and broken glass everywhere. A lot of wires too, also probably from an old fence. So in the end, we think this place is really cool. You have a lot of potential, but now it's really rough, as you can see. So what we're gonna do is remove all the stump. We're gonna move the little rock, and for the big rock, we're gonna just dig around, make it look nicer. We're gonna smooth all the hedge and the step, so it's easy to maintain us. But for doing that, we need a digger. But of course, first step is picking up all the trash that we find on the land.
There's a massive barrel here, filled with dirt as well though, and I don't know about rolling it, so we might have to bring the digger in later on to hook this up.
So we found this, I think it's a whole greaser from heavy machine, so this is a good sign because it means that we are not the first one to work with the digger here.
Wow. Nice.
Now we're going to leave all of this next to the storage container waiting for the next trip to the waste facility. And let's go to the fun part. Luckily, we don't need to wait for the digger because it's el muy sonito.
Every time. Hey.
So we decided to start digging here down to the field because it's more flat, more easy to work, and I need more time to get used to the digger. I don't want to start right on the slope because kind of a challenge. So yeah, they're more easy, and as you can see, it's a mess, a lot of roots, so a lot of work down there. So let's start digging. Let's start. Find this rock down there. Now we wonder how big this is. We don't know. Maybe it's all the land, or maybe it's small. We don't know. I guess we'll see when we remove all the stump on top. And also you can see like this crazy net of roots that makes really hard to remove the stump, but still makeable. With the digger we're gonna dig around the rock so it looks more nice, and by hand we're gonna clean in the top, maybe brush a little bit so it looks nice and clean.
You got previous hoe that they must have used when they were trying to excavate this corner 100 years ago. Hopefully don't have the same fit.
So we uncover all the rock in the bottom part, and finally here we can have a better overview of what this place can be, so that's cool. But now the bottom part is almost done and we're gonna move on the top part of the area.
All this digger stuff is kind of a repetitive task, but it's incredible how much we can do in a short amount of time. We were in a very good track, but then the digger had a problem.
So it happened, huh? What we expected to happen, it happened finally. The truck came off and we're in the worst place in the world, so it should be a funny fix. So So we tried the easy fix with the crowbar. Of course it doesn't work. So what we did next is looking on YouTube for some tutorials, some tips or whatever, and we find some cool stuff actually, but everything seemed easy on YouTube, of course. So what we need to do is make the track looser. So we're gonna pump out the grease so this roller can slide in this direction and everything is gonna be loose. Of course it's gonna be a very dirty job, so put some proper outfit for that. Okay, let's do it. In order to lose the roller here, we need to unscrew this bolt because all the grease is inside, so we need to pull all the grease out so the truck can move. Okay, so we try with the crowbar, but it's harder than it looks. Like this guy on YouTube, it looks very easy on YouTube, but they're lying to you guys, it's not easy. So what we're gonna do is put the crowbar here and then trying to rotate here so we can have more space to the roller from the truck. So we're gonna try that. Looks very dangerous, but let's see what happens.
Yeah. We lift it up even more. So it looks like even with one crowbar in there, we're not able to loosen this bit off at all. It's really in there. What we're gonna try and do is we're gonna stick loads of sticks in there. It's gonna pull it really tight this way, and hopefully that's gonna squeeze a lot more grease out there. Fingers crossed, we will see. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's any looser, unfortunately. We gotta try and find another way to loosen it. Yeah, close.
It doesn't reach.
What?
It's very loose, no? It looked like.
Nope.
We try everything that we can. We try to put the crowbar here, we try to push, we try to pull, we try everything, but nothing works. So the new idea is we're gonna take all the truck away, so we think it's easier than to put it away, because now it's in the inside and we want to on the outside. So that's the new idea.
What's the plan now, Anselmo?
We need to put the truck back in place.
But from this side this time. So
On this side, so it's out, so it should be more easy. Let's see.
A new idea. Let's try to put some sticks underneath the truck, and then maybe we can kick or hammer it and try to put it in place. It's hot, we're hungry, so yeah, let's try it. We're a little bit closer, but not enough.
Yeah, all day trying to do that, so we're gonna try this. This is the last resort for sure. We're gonna put this strap inside there and then try to pull it with a arm like this and see if the trunk came out a little bit.
Okay, stop.
you heard it here. Good.
It's possible that they make it.
What's up, guys?
We try everything that we can, but nothing happened. So I think there's something broken that we cannot lose the truck more. So yeah. I think I'm gonna call a mechanic for that.
Should be compressing in a lot more. It's not loose enough, out of our depth. Try and get someone to fix it.
We'll see.
So that was a big deception. It took us a while to find someone able to fix it, but in the end, Bruno, a neighbor, came to give a hand. He is the local go-to guy for the diggers, and looks like he knows what he is doing. Not sure it will work in the end, let's hope for the best. He made it!
Perfect!
Actually, it looked insultingly easy. But he has quite some experience and these are our first months with the digger. Fair enough. Learning by doing. But by the time we got it fixed, we had already rearranged our plans and moved on to different projects. Reshaping Base Camp Lake, clearing around the ruins or maintaining the lagoon. Which we got offered to buy, as we shared in our previous challenges video. They are willing to now hand it over to a new generation. And we see it's a great opportunity. But for this, we need to find some sponsors. And we got lucky. We teamed up with Surfshark. So these guys offer a VPN service which can be very helpful, especially if they use the internet as much as we do. Here at Kamp we have people using it quite a lot, for example for researching, post things online, reach people, or even buy stuff for projects. It's a big chunk of sensitive information, accounts, passwords that go through many people and many devices. And not everyone is careful with their online browsing. So it makes sense to have a VPN service like Surfshark. It gives us an extra security layer to encrypt our data, avoid malware and a lot of potential headaches. Also useful, you can make it look like you're in another country. For instance, a camper from the UK wants to watch his favorite Netflix show, but here you only get the Portuguese catalogue. Switch country with the VPN and now you can watch it as you were in the UK. Nice. And also good, it only needs one account for all devices. So if this sounds interesting to you, you can use the link in the description or use the code PROJECTCAMP to get 4 months extra of Surfshark VPN. And if you're not happy, you have 30 days to get your money back. Pretty nice. And now, thanks to this first sponsor, we are on track of buying the new land. And with the track of our digger also on track, we are ready to continue with the project. It took us some months to come back. But now it's time to finish the job. Let's get started.
Okay, we are back in the community center. The digger was broken, it took us a while to fix it. Now, here we can actually see some changes. So as you can see in this area where we dig all the stump out and part of the roots, there is no sprout, so that's good. But in this area we didn't work at all and there is a lot of sprouts, so this gives us a good point of view of why we're doing that. But now enough to talk, let's bring the digger out and continue working. So we were digging here inside the hole near the community center. Here it's all rock, but the top layer is just very loose soil and it's coming off. So we're gonna dig this edge, removing the roots and probably a lot of soil.
Okay, so Anselmo is finishing up with the roots behind me. And in the meantime, I couldn't help but notice that this community center has gotten super overgrown with all the plants again. Brush cutters coming out. We're gonna transform this thing back into a clean building. Let's do it. Now we enter the belly of the beast. You would not believe that whenever we got here in spring, this was completely plantless. Like it was as it is now, and yet 3 or 4 months of hot, wet weather in Portugal just completely fills it up. Like nature is powerful. Nature always wins. It'll come back in force, and soon, I'm sure. I'll probably be back here cleaning this like 2 months. Hopefully not. Cool to see that we still have this well cover in here. This thing's giving me a little bit of PTSD though. Whoop! Whoop! Wow. Very cool. Almost had a repeat incident. God. It's like The Last of Us in here. Some post-apocalyptic horror scene. There's a lot of spiky bushes. We're gonna try and clean this up, make it lovely and pretty for our mayor. We can get that approval. Let's do it. And yes, I know that I clap every single time and say let's do it, but apparently that's my thing now. Boom! There we have it. We have cleared this thing out just a couple of days or a couple mornings. It was a pretty quick job. Just went over everything with the brush cutter, not super deep, but now there's loads of space freed up. You're able to see all the different parts of it. We can access everything. So it's a nice job. I'm satisfied. I'm gonna hand it back over to Mr. Anselmo with the digger.
Super early in the morning, but we start to have some restriction. As you can see, we are the small red dot in the big red area, so we cannot even work full day. So we're gonna just work 4 hours in the morning until 11 a.m. But I'm quite alright with that. I can avoid this sun that it's already super hot at 7 a.m. We finished removing all the stump and almost all the roots, and now the next step is start smoothing the land. Okay, so okay, so the top part is almost done. We just need to work on that area. But look at that. Look at the roots that we pile here. That's too much. We cannot work like this, of course. So what we're gonna do is put everything in the pile that we already have in the bottom part. And the way we're gonna do it is push everything down. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting and fun. Now what I want to do is all of this stump moving there. Sounds easy, no? So now all the stump are in just one big pile. And now we can continue smoothing the bottom part. So before raking this part and making nicer, I want to move all of this rock down there. We already have a pile, and the way I'm gonna do it, same as the stump. So the bottom area is done. It's smooth and nice, but actually not really nice because there is still a lot of stick and roots on the soil. So we're raking a little bit on the sun. So hot. Black t-shirt, raking. Okay, so after the raking, the job is finally done. As you can see, we have a nice and clean area around the community center with no more stump and hopefully no more resprout. We remove all the little stone from the land and we piled them, so maybe we can use it in the future. And about the big one, we clean all around, so now it's much easier to maintain and brush cutting. And also with this slope, we smooth it a little bit, so it's also easy to maintain it more and brush cutting in the future. So for this hole, we decided to not do much. We just work a little bit on the edge, but we have an architect here that asked us for not doing nothing because maybe in the future can be part of the community center restoration. We ended up with this massive pile of roots and wood and stump. We are not really sure what to do about it, but I think we'll see in the future. And also we clean inside the community center. And look how much trash we found while digging. It's impressive. This plastic bag, how old can be? Like 30, 40 years, so that was also a good reason for dig there. Pick up all this trash. We didn't go too much into the detail because we're sure this area will change in the future, so we just leave it like this, easy to maintain. It was a very long project. We had some issue with the heat and the fire risk that let us work just a couple hours a day. And also we have some problem with the digger. The trucks went off a couple of times, and also it was pretty challenging because we were working on a pretty big slope. So finally it's done, so now we have less fire risk and we can keep thinking about the future of the community center. So we wait for future update. Ciao!
So that was it for this update. Hope you enjoyed the project, and just remind you that if you like what we do, you can support us in Patreon, which helps a lot. And you also get the next video now, in 4K and without ads. If not, see you next week! Thanks for watching!